Hello guys and gals, and as you can see I am in Minecraft, so welcome to my very first Minecraft video. That's right, a Minecraft video. And if you are a pro, you know I'm playing on the Bedrock edition. By the way, I'm crouching, and by the way my coordinates are in the top left. And if you're really a pro, you know what this thing behind me is. Yes, it's a command machine that allows you to do crazy stuff like this. That's right, a thunder stick in Minecraft. Well, you probably knew that just by what the is my y-axis inverted? I think my y-axis is inverted. Yeah, it inverts your y-axis while you're in the first person front. I did not know that. You see, I'm learning something new every day. But yes, this is a thunder stick. And I am going to be teaching you how to build this thing, so stay tuned. So first up, you are going to need a lot of command blocks. If you don't know, to give yourself a command block, type /give @s command block. /give @s. Underscore. The underscore is very important. And just like that, you have a command block. As you see, I now have two. I'll just throw that into the endless void here. Goodbye, command block. I'll miss you. But yes, you're going to need quite a few, and all the commands for each command block will be linked in the description, starting from 1 all the way to whatever the last number is. I'm not positive how many there are, but I'm going to briefly go through what each one does. This command block is repeating always active. It gives the villager max slow falling. So that the villager, when it goes forward, doesn't fall. It wouldn't fall anyway, but there is a slight delay between it getting spawned in and starting to go forward. So I just thought giving it slow falling would help keep it oriented properly. And this kills fishing hook, which will then trigger this to summon a villager. Wherever it says Linky Boy, that is my username currently. So wherever it says Linky Boy, you're going to want to put your username, or whoever you want to be able to use this, and then it orients the villager properly, facing the right way, and then it tests for entities other than the villager and yourself. So if it hits an entity, it will summon the lightning, and then it summons the lightning if it hits an entity, and then after the lightning is summoned, it kills the villager. But sometimes the villager converts into a witch, so you're gonna want another one that kills the witch. And the first one is unconditional. All of these need to be always active. This first one needs to be unconditional. The next two need to be conditional, then unconditional, then conditional, then unconditional, then unconditional, unconditional, conditional, conditional. That will make it work properly. I have the witch to constantly be killed, so no witches will ever exist in your world, so that could be a problem if you really like witches, but who's really going to use this in their world, like on a normal basis? This is just to have some fun to mess around with. So yes, after you kill the witch, it's going to teleport the villager forward. this is going to keep teleporting the villager forward, so that it keeps going forward so that it can eventually hit something. You see, that villager is just gonna fly off into the distance. Oh, you see, there's the thing. Sometimes the villager decides to turn and just ends up going in a random direction. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you found a fix for that, and I will give you a shout out when I make a continuation to this video to make it even better once I figure out how to fix all the few flaws that it has. If you in the comments of this video tell me how to fix it, it may make it into the next video, and if it does, I will make sure to credit you for it. So yeah, after it teleports the villager forward, this one is going to constantly be trying to fill air wherever the villager is, and if there's already air, it won't do it, but if it hits something that's not air, then this conditional command block summons a lightning bolt, and then after that happens, it kills the villager, so that because the villager doesn't actually die all the time from getting hit by lightning, so you need to kill the villager after the lightning gets summoned. So you can use entities and blocks. Sometimes you get a baby villager and it makes you all sad. It's so sad to see the baby villager get hurt. So there's another optional command block that you can just place off to the side that is just like this command, but instead of slow falling, it's invisibility. Just take this exact command and change slow falling to invisibility. So I will do that right now and then get back. Okay, I have done that, and now the villager should be invisible once you do it. It didn't work that time. Oh, you need to make sure that it's always active unconditional, otherwise it won't work. Oh, that could have been bad. You see, there's another thing. You might want to encase the command blocks about 3 layers around, so that if the villager somehow swerves or you aim at the command block on accident, so that the command block doesn't get destroyed, because this will destroy the command block. So I would recommend about 3 layers of protection of just random blocks around the command block, or just building this underground somewhere where you're never ever going to be. And there are going to be 2 other commands that you need to run, or maybe 3, it might be 3, that you're going to want to run after you start using this thing just by typing them in the chat. So I will have those written in the description below as well. Make sure to look at all the commands in the description and put them in the correct order. And yeah, if you put them in the wrong order, this will probably not work. So I'm not going to encase it right now, but I would recommend about 3 blocks of protection around all of the commands. So let's just trash this dirt hut. See, it looks a lot more convincing when the villager is invisible, but sometimes I like to leave the villager visible sometimes. It really sometimes it. Oh, and yes, I attempted to do this on many different mobs. So you see shulker shells here, and you see it's not working now. That's because I didn't run one of the commands. It's to make sure that this area is always loaded, so that this works no matter where in the world we are. But yes, that is about it. And but yes, the villager swerving is a major problem, but I actually think it sort of makes it more realistic in a way, because yeah, I don't know how that's more realistic. I'm imagining that the villager is a bullet and just going straight, and I don't know why it's summoning lightning, but you know, weird stuff happens sometimes. It's like a tracing bullet. Like, let's say it's a tracing bullet. But if you are using this on the Java edition, these commands will need some changing, but if you were to do this on the Java edition, you could actually make it so that the villager has no AI, and then it would never swerve. But I am doing this on the bedrock edition, so it's a bit less reliable because you can't give that sort of NBT data to mobs. So you really just... You see, I was aiming at the cow, but the poor little slime got hit. That poor little slime never did anything wrong except wanting to kill me. And this actually will work on other players, the way it's set up, so you could have an all-out war, theoretically, but you actually can't because, well, I suppose you could. Wait, no, you couldn't. Because the villager would have to be renamed, but it's impossible to rename this villager. If you were on the Java edition, this would work in multiplayer PvP, but it's not on the Java edition. This would technically work on the Java edition, but one day I might make a video showing how this would work on the Java edition. But sometimes the villager, once it starts going straight, will never start to swerve. As far as I've twisted, it will be like, it'll be fairly reliable. And all the diamonds in the ground are all the damage I have caused messing around with this. I just felt bad for the environment, so I figured I'd fill the holes with diamonds and just so. Oh wow, that slime was dumb. It fell into the void. And this does work in survival mode. It's, oh wow, why am I almost dead? Okay, let's just reset our health. Don't try this at home. Yet somehow my spawn point ended up way up there, so yeah. Let's kill the slime. Oh, no. No. Ah. Aw, look at the little baby slime. So cute. And this was my testing wall. So let's do some target practice. This can be hard to aim, but once you get used to it, it's really reliable. I tried doing this with so many different mobs, but the villager ended up being the best bet. I was trying to find a mob that had a neck joint that wasn't hostile, but I couldn't really find one. So I ended up settling for villagers. I would have gone with wandering trader, but I needed to find a mob that was not hostile. Preferably one with a neck joint, but there weren't any non-hostile mobs that had a neck joint, so I don't know why, I just went with the villager. Then again, I can't really think of many other mobs that aren't hostile. I went with the villager because it's less common, because, hold on, just give me a second. If you spawn in a villager, like, some weird stuff happens. Let's find the villager spawn egg. Let's see. Where is it? Villager spawn egg. This is... I don't know if this is such a good idea to do that near the contraption. How about we do it on the other side of the testing wall? Let's turn off the invisibility command. I don't really like the invisibility command because I want to know where the villager is going. That's why I said it's optional. Oh wow, that villager. Huh. Oh. See, this is why you don't do it. This is why you encase the machine. Case and point. You need to encase the machine in sand. It doesn't have to be sand, but, sand? That was weird. Which command did I lose? Oh, I lost the which command. It's actually my least favorite command in here, so I'm glad that it was the one that we lost. Let's see. By how many typos I'm having, you'd think I was using a touchscreen, but nope, just a controller. Yes, you should at least do one layer around the machine. I would recommend more, but it's entirely up to you how many times you want to have to rebuild this machine. Because if you're using it a lot, you should really have it encased. Yeah. But I think that is about it. So I can't get used to the inverted axis. Did it always used to be that? Well, that's about all I have for you today. So, oh yeah, and if all goes well, I will be releasing the ultimate griefing machine this Thursday. If all goes to plan. I have not tested it yet, and it's probably going to get fixed in the next major update, so I figured I might as well release it in some time. But no promises, because it could already be patched, or it could not work. I haven't really done it yet. But that's about all I have for you today. This has been The Brain. Goodbye. Oh, I went the wrong way.